Hello and welcome to the Gallant Few Rangers podcast. My name's Colin McDuff and I'm delighted to be coming to you live from Broadwood Stadium as we talk about what ended up a scudding for Rangers women over Aberdeen. And joining me is Graham. Graham, how are you?
I'm good, Colin, mate. Thoroughly enjoyable afternoon for many a reason.
Obviously, how the League Cup draw came out gave us all a wee bit of a boost as well, you know what I mean? It's kind of going hand in hand, in tandem, the Rangers men's and Rangers women. So, you know, it's finishing off this Sunday very, very strongly. So, obviously, Rangers 5, Aberdeen 1. Rangers got off to quite a decent start, first 10-15 minutes I thought. Similar to last week, it was chance after chance. What was your thoughts on how we started?
Pretty much that. Really fast start, really good tempo to play. Again, we could have had probably 3 or 4 goals in the first 15 to 20 minutes. When we took the lead, fully deserved. And another class goal from Colin, picking up where she was last week. And yeah, 1-0, you expect us to go in the ascendancy and really reaffirm our lead and take the game further to Aberdeen, but didn't seem to work in that way.
We weren't sure if the correct term was thunder bastard or just thunder strike, with how great a dig it was for edge of the box, just such power on it. Chelsea corner. It's with the midfield too. I thought best player in the park was Kirsty McLean today, but we probably didn't see Rangers rely on them as much as we did last year, as much as they did, but they looked as if they're getting into quite a solid wee partnership, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think Kirsty McLean is clearly one of the best young talents in Scottish football. She absolutely showed it today. Again, we talked about her nickname Annie last week, and she absolutely played like Iniesta in the middle of the park today, breaking up play, spreading the ball. Brilliant, superb. She really is one of our best assets just now.
Honestly, her foot is like a velvet pillow when the ball comes to her. It just caresses the ball and then she moves it on. But nothing away from Chelsea Cornet's goal. Absolute great strike into the tap bin. Keeper had no chance, and Aberdeen keeper had a decent game today. Like, again, it was so similar to last week where it was chance after chance the opening 15-20 minutes. The game did start to dip from a Rangers point of view in Aberdeen. Well, before we talk about Aberdeen coming in there, Rangers did start to become quite wasteful in possession, very loose on the ball, a lot of passes not getting the right weight, and it became quite scrappy, and the more that happened, the more Aberdeen came into the game.
No, listen, it became really scrappy. We talk about the Aberdeen goalkeeper, it's 1-0. 1-0's obviously the most fragile lead. And
fucking cliche right there, isn't it?
Absolutely a delicious cliche, but it's true, and we showed that for all the chances we had. Joe Potter, obviously, in the interview that you played, talks about the Aberdeen goalie, came from Liverpool. She's really good and she showed that, but we need to finish chances when we can. As you said, the game becomes a bit scrappy. Aberdeen come into it and they scored. We go in 1-0 at half time, but they deserved their equaliser. It was coming, and it was all about getting the guys in at half time.
The frustrating thing with that was that goal was coming, and back to being wasteful in possession. We were losing the balls in the wrong area, and Aberdeen were breaking very quickly, so we were losing balls with the simple passes when we committed so many players forward, and it put a lot of pressure because we're only playing with a 3 at the back still. It's still Cathy Hill, Nicola Docherty and Rachel McLaughlin the back 3, but the onus is on Rachel McLaughlin and Nicola Docherty to support the attack, and you do see them getting forward. So it came a couple of times, the long ball forward, and we were lucky enough to get away with it, but eventually it was 1-on-1, and was it Bailey Hutchinson? It was, aye. She did give them a bit of a hard time the last 20 minutes of the first half.
She did. Like, as I say, it wasn't the greatest finish to the second half we could have hoped for. And going in at 1-0 for all our possession, for all our chances, we didn't take them. So I mean, we couldn't complain going in at 1-0. And as I say, as we asked Joe Potter about, what do you say to the players? For all the possession we had, for all the chances, we had to rev them up again in the first half. said herself, the performance, she wasn't happy about. Good result, but and you could see that we came out the second half really almost like an entirely different team from the last 20 minutes of the first. So yeah, night and day. So
into the second half then, and I don't know if the Rangers women have just watched and the scores come in, if they got the same boost as we did when the League Cup results came through, but it started much brighter, and this second goal, Mia McCauley popped up with it. Before that, it was just chance after chance for Rangers. We were really starting to overload the box, and we were putting so much pressure in Aberdeen. And for the edge of the box, Mia McCauley gets the second ball in the half volley, hits it so well, and it dips just at the right time, so the keeper had no chance. And that capped off quite a decent 2 weeks that we've seen her play. She was very lively again today, and she ended up getting the 5th goal as well with a header, and for the wee split on the park, popping up with a header as well. What did you think about her?
Fantastic. We spoke last week about certain our younger players, and McCauley had a great game today. Anyone could see that. Like we talk about McLean in the middle of the park, who was fantastic, but McCauley out wide was excellent. Her work rate's brilliant, and again, her on one side, McLean on the other. We really do have really promising young players, and she thoroughly deserved it. Like that second goal, half volley, edge of the box, top bin, was an absolute cracker. Brilliant.
McCleary did have a wee bit of a quieter game today, but again, when wingers will be inconsistent in all of world football, and they'll drift in and out of games, but it's important we've got 2 options either side.
Do you know what? She had a quiet game going forward. There was a couple of times defensively she broke up Aberdeen attacks, and as we talked about last week, her work ethic is excellent. And she's not just in there because she's skillful and she can take a player on. Her work ethic's excellent, and the way this system's playing, you need that work ethic out wide, and they both have it in absolute droves.
So McCauley popped up with the second goal and the last goal, but the third goal came for Rio Hardy. I'm taking ownership. Last week when she scored, I said to you, tweet, her name is Rio, which is the Rangers number 10, and then the Rangers tannoy.
Well, Colin, I don't remember that at all. I don't remember you mentioning that song at all. I think that was all in me, was it not?
Get it up here. And that was played when she scored. This is a lovely wee finish, breaking through. Again, Kirsty McLean, she plays through the lines so well, Kirsty McLean. She was picking out the strikers in the right positions, just her vision's excellent. So she's found Rio Hardy playing on the edge of the centre half, and a lovely wee dink over the keeper.
A lot of our play were playing on the shoulders today, the Aberdeen backline, and you could see that a lot of our chances were created that way this week, which is why we probably could have had double figures if we were more clinical. This goal was no different, but yeah, Rio Hardy found space, ran through, and it was such a tidy wee finish, dinked over the keeper into the corner. Lovely.
I know we are both big fans of Kirsty Howard. We voted her for the Gallant Few's Player of the Year last year. What do you make of this partnership? Because obviously, I know I got it wrong. I said she scored last week when she didn't, but 2 games without any goals, but I still think she's played well in both games. I don't think we necessarily need both strikers to be chipping in with 60 goals a season, as long as we are getting the goals in general.
Absolutely not. Look, I really like Kirsty, as I think I've said before. Her work ethic is phenomenal. I don't think anyone worked harder than her on the pitch today. It's just one of those days for her as well. Just any shot she hit, any time she tried to make something happen, it didn't seem to come off for her, and it's just one of those days. Like, I think she'll probably be a bit disappointed she's still not got off the mark in the league, considering we've scored 11 goals in the last 2 games. However, her work ethic for the team is second to none, and it'll definitely come for her.
The last goal came from a goal line smash, lovely ball in from the corner from Kirsty McLean again. I mean, this might be called the Kirsty McLean podcast this afternoon, but it's one of those ones. At first I thought Jodie McCleary stopped it going in. Don't really know what happened, but Cathy Hill got it over the line in the end. And again, it's just the 4th and 5th goal. Aberdeen did start to capitulate a wee bit as Rangers grew stronger into the game, but finished the game very, very strongly. A couple of subs at the end I just want to get your thoughts on. Michelle Coulson came on, replaced Chelsea Corner, and we were surprised at that. Also last week we seen Michelle Coulson go straight in for Cathy Hill at centre back. We've seen Cathy Hill go to the left centre back and Nicola Docherty go into the middle of the park. I thought that was she seemed to do alright for the last 10 minutes, but big weekend for her. First game as captain, moving from left back right into the middle of the park. What was your...
Clearly, I think a lot of we can see with the way Joe Potter plays, there's just a lot of fluidity in the formation, and Kay were playing 3. Coulson comes on, she's a towering player as well. I don't know how much more we'll see of her, and whether it's fitness, I'm not sure. Like we touched on Hill, I thought Hill had a really good game today. She got a goal. I could not have told you at the game that it was Hill that scored it, mind you, until the announcer told us. It was such a messy scrimmage, but she'll take it. But yeah, Coulson again, good to see her. I think we spoke last week, we'd maybe expect to see more of her, but yep, she got in again at the end, and obviously Jordan again coming on for Berry, and Joe Potter spoke in the interview, just the youngsters are maybe getting a bit more game time than she'd maybe want them to at this point due to her injuries, but they've got to grab it when it comes, and just now, as we can see in the first 2 league games, they're taking those chances.
Aye. Well, looking ahead to next week, I think that will be... We also got Hearts midweek, and what they'll be, I know say at Tynecastle, but I don't know where they play, and then back at Broadwood for Glasgow City. I think those will be tougher games, and I do think we need to convert a bit more, because we won't get the same amount of chances, particularly against Glasgow City. We won't get the same amount of chances that we're getting the last 2 weeks. If we do take as long as we do to warm up and be clinical, then I think we could face a wee bit of bother.
I think the Hearts game's going to give us a good wee idea of exactly where we're at just now. Look, Hearts last season we dropped a few points against them, yes. Second last game of the season we kind of absolutely blasted them, but in the games before that we dropped some silly points. So I think this is going to give us a good marker, see exactly where we are. Hearts are a good team, Hearts at home as well, so we'll see. And obviously, yes, the biggie next week at home at Glasgow City, defending champions. Again, that's going to be big, and we need our players to be the top.
Yeah. So obviously, as I've put in the show description, Joe Potter's comments will be on just after this recording. But Graham, thanks for joining. But same as last week, who was your player of the match?
Iniesta, Kirsty McLean, easy, without a doubt. But Macaulay, a close second. Again, good to have these youngsters to pick from, but for me, everything seemed to go through McLean today, and she was excellent. She
recycles the ball so well. She's so good at looking forward first, so she doesn't just take it in and play it back straight away. Like, she always looks to turn first, and she doesn't play it forward for the sake of playing it forward. She'll pick her passes right, but that did help us get up the pitch very, very well today. So that's 2 for 2 for Kirsty McLean. But thanks for joining me, Graham, and thank you for all the listeners as always. Let us know what you think about these women's show, and we'll speak to you again next time.
Cheers, Colin. Good day to be a Blue Nose.
So what was your thoughts on the day, Joe?
I was pleased with the result in the end. Not too pleased with the performance along the way. I think we made it a little bit more difficult for ourselves than what it could have been and probably should have been. But I'm still happy with it. We scored goals and we managed to create many, many chances again. So yeah, coming away with a few goals and a flurry towards the end is pleasing.
Last week you spoke about the amount of chances you were creating.
Yep.
Obviously the first half did have a few chances, weren't quite clinical enough. Is that a bit frustrating?
A little bit, and I get that, Faye Kirby's a great keeper. She's come up from Liverpool, and she's a high calibre keeper. We were making her make saves, so we can't really forget that. But I'd still like us to finish those chances a few more times to put us a little bit more at ease going into half time and take that pressure off a little bit. But yeah, as I say, we got there in the end. It just took us longer than what I would have liked it to.
What was the message to the players at half time then? Because as you say, look, Rangers were dominant in the first half. Not capitalising on the chances, maybe like Aberdeen in after taking the lead. So what did you say to the players after?
I said that at half time we need to make sure we're doing our basics a little bit better. I said that, you know, we are creating these chances, we've got to be a little bit more ruthless at times. I think we're too nice sometimes just to, it's okay for keepers to make saves and we just allow that to happen. You know, we need to be a little bit more dominant in those areas and score those chances and get our noses ahead a little bit earlier and make sure that we're sustaining attacks when we're attacking higher up the pitch. Our defenders need to make sure we're defending, and you know, every time they go and attack up the other end, they're not getting a chance from it. So we need to make sure we're sustaining attacks a little bit better in the opposition half.
We both thought, amongst others, McLean had a great game today. It seemed to be that everything went through her. What's your thoughts in working with her so far?
Yeah, I do. I keep, you know, dipping things into her week by week, just giving her little nuggets to try and take on board that we can just hopefully tweak and enhance her game a little bit, because she's such a pivotal position. We all know that she's such a pivotal player for us, but we've still got to remember that she's still very, very young. So it's trying to look after her a little bit and just add little strings to her bow and just hopefully see her over the year flourish and become even better than she is now.
Last week we were watching the lyric about Jodie McCleary. This week it's Mia McCauley putting up with 2 goals.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to see from our youngsters. I think we want to be able to allow them to flourish and allow them to go and express themselves, and you know, by giving them a little bit of licence to go and attack freely. We know that's what they do well, so we want them to not be afraid of doing that and just keep bringing that week in, week out.
Just lastly, Joe, missing Bell, Dag, Ross, how far away are these guys from return?
There's a couple of them not too far. Obviously it brings our age range down a little bit, and you know, brings our kids have to play a little bit more than what I'd like them to at the moment. So you know, hopefully they're not too far away, but you know, they're key players to the team and to the squad, so the sooner we can get them back, the better for me.
Thanks very much.
No worries, cheers. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Well done again. Thank you.